Welcome to the Songwriter Connection, the podcast that delves deep into the art and heart of songwriting. Each week, we gather around the dining room table to uncover the stories behind the songs. We invite you to join us on a journey to the creative minds of the songwriters who shape the melodies of our lives. From Nashville, Tennessee, here's your host, Dave Lenahan.
Delvin Dave. We're gonna delve deep today. And we've got another guest from San Diego.
Yay.
Y'all have heard Eve Celis on our show before three times, and I adore her.
Yeah.
And Taylin Rae is my guest today, who was in Nashville, moved out to San Diego. Now she's back, thinking about maybe for good this time. Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, thinking about for good, for sure.
But you have a lot to leave behind there. Studio, all kinds of a cool career going on there.
Yeah, it's nice, but I tell you, and I've learned so much there when I left here. Yeah, I've learned so much in San Diego.
What brought you out there? From here.
So I had been in Nashville about 10 years. I had done so much, written with a lot of people, had a development deal that led to other things and things. We can probably get into that. And then I just decided, wow, I need a break. I just need a little bit of a break.
It gets intense, doesn't it?
Yes, and I wanted it to always be fun. You know, music, that's what it is. It's fun. And it started becoming just a little bit on the other side of, oh my gosh. And so I thought, if I'm just going to go to the ocean for a minute. I'm just going to go see the ocean just for a minute. And then I'll be back.
It's always a good place to go when you're stressed.
Right? And I'm like, I'll be back in 6 months. I told everyone, I'm coming back. 6 months, I'll be back. No. So I moved there, and the second person I met in San Diego was actually my now husband. So
that's where you met Alan.
Yes.
Okay.
So I met Alan, and hopefully you'll get to chat with him one day. But he's
I would like to, because he's something.
He's something else.
Yeah.
He's an incredible engineer, producer. Worked out in I call it La La Land, LA, for a long time, and working with some of the greats, and so we just hit it off.
Some of the greats, and I'm just going to throw these out. These are just some of the people that Alan. It's Sanderson, right?
Sanderson, yeah.
He's worked with the Stones,
the Rolling Stones,
as in the Rolling Stones.
Yes.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Elton John, really?
Yes, and I have a funny story about that one, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay. So you've got your own studio. Let me just tell you a little bit about Taylor. They have their own studio in San Diego. You have just recently won an award as the best music lessons in all of San Diego. Yeah. That's an honor, huh?
That's huge, because I have to tell you, I was up against music schools. So I was up against 4 music schools, and I'm thinking, I don't know who nominated me. I still to this day don't even know. But I'm like, I'm up against these schools. There's no way, because I'm one person in that studio, you know? And so a friend of mine texted me the night before the winners came out, and he's like, "You won." I'm like, "I won what?" Because I didn't even. I was like, "What? I won what?" So yeah, it's a big honor.
Isn't it?
In the community. Yeah. It's just such a community thing.
That's good.
Yeah,
and that raises the name a little bit. You're probably getting a lot more inquiries these days.
Yeah,
but it's cool what you do, because you are more than just a vocal instructor. You help your students. It's kind of an artist development thing, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
And being a performer yourself for a long time, right?
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
You've got a lot to show them.
Yeah. Super fun. A lot of it I learned here in Nashville, and a lot of it I learned being on the road with different bands and touring all over the place, and just the business side of the business and the show side of the business. And there's one person in particular, I don't know if you know about this person, but there's a band I was in my early 20s, and it's called Vince Vance and the Valiants.
I remember them.
Do you?
They had a huge hit.
Yeah. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
That's right.
I used to sing that one in the shows. I didn't record that one. I came along.
Wasn't your recording,
after.
but you went on all shows. You were the voice.
One of them. We traded off because the girls would get jealous, so we traded off. But yeah,
that still gets played every Christmas.
I know. And the guy that wrote it is right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Is he really?
He's one of my best friends, Troy Powers. Yep. Shout out to Troy.
Woo! Shout out to Troy. And if you're listening on the day that this podcast is released, which is episode 183, it's just a week before Thanksgiving. So, all that Christmas is coming out again.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Super
I'm glad
cool.
you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. I learned more from Vince Vance than I've ever learned from anybody in my life about relating to audiences and capturing an audience and being able to just... It doesn't matter if you're singing to 50,000 people or 3 people. Like, he taught his people well, especially the girls, because we were all young and needed to be molded. And it was just, I owe him so much. And he's still doing it.
Is he really?
It's like 50 years later or something.
Wow.
And I mean, he's been going for that long. I was only with him like 3 years, but such a great time.
What a great experience.
Yeah.
And I know what a performer you are, because I performed with you. Even, as we're recording this in October, we performed last night.
Yay!
And that was a fun round.
It was so fun.
It's an honor to be on stage with you and Randy Driscoll and that guitar player. What was his name?
Something like Johnny Garcia. I don't know.
If you don't know that name, Johnny Garcia, you've seen him. If you've ever seen a Garth Brooks show, even if you've just seen one of the concert videos, you've seen Johnny, because he's the lead guitar player for Garth.
And, Garth and Trisha.
And Trisha, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He sure is. And,
Well...
Yeah. You want me to tell you a little backstory on him?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so crazy. He's been so I met him. I had a music manager back in the day in my early 20s. And her husband knew the pre-production manager for Trisha's tour, one of her very first tours. And her husband was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to these people. Taylin might be able to meet somebody, and this, that, and the other." Yeah. Well, the first person we met was Johnny.
Really?
Yes, he did my very first demo I ever did in my life. Pretty much the first time I was ever in the studio, really, was with him. Wow. And we've stayed friends for a long, long time. And he's just always so willing and lovely. And anytime I need something, I'll do it. I'll be there. He's just he's a great friend.
Guy. Yeah.
Huge heart.
He even helped us with a song we were writing.
He did. He did. So, we'll get to that one someday.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Absolutely. But I have to talk about your recent trip. You were in Germany performing?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me about the Germany experience.
Oh, gosh. It's so different there. Like, I wrote a list down of things that they do different in Germany. First of all, the place is spotless. It is spotless. You're going down the street, and it's like, I don't see one bottle cap. I don't see a cigarette butt.
Wow.
It is spotless. The train system, amazing. Like, really? All the school kids actually use the train.
Take the train?
Yeah, after school. They just pop on the train and go home,
Wow.
It's amazing. And it's of course, gorgeous country. We went to several different little cities within Munich and just the surrounding areas of Munich, and right by the Alps and things. It was just unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, it was really cool. We did, I think, two full gigs there, and the rest of the time was just playtime.
Well,
just kind of,
Bring a whole band with you? The band thing?
The whole band thing.
That's good.
Yeah, it was super fun. And we had a band house. Oh, those are fun.
Oh, yeah?
The band house. Have you ever done a band house?
No.
Dave.
No, the closest thing I can think is the songwriter retreats that we do.
Okay, well, that's close, probably.
Yeah.
That's close. Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Rent a cabin or something somewhere. Which, as a songwriter, folks, I really urge you to do that. Get with other folks that have a similar interest, and sometimes it's just really cool to just get a cabin somewhere.
Absolutely.
And just lock yourselves in for a long weekend and write.
And just, and enjoy the process,
Yes, indeed.
And just, forget about everything else. No worries.
When did you first start knowing that you wanted to write some of your songs?
So I was...
Because I imagine as an artist, you were getting pitched a lot of songs all the time.
I was, I was getting pitched a lot of songs from Sony and Acuff Rose.
Big time,
a lot. And it was interesting because I knew I was a writer, from very, very early on, mostly poetry. And I remember my poems kept winning prizes. And at that time, you're so young, you're like, what does this mean? I don't know what this means. I can write a poem. That's beautiful, But I didn't really understand how to turn it into songwriting till obviously much, much later.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't ready when I was doing some work here. Before I moved here, I was flying back and forth a little bit from Texas. And I still wasn't ready to write my own stuff yet because I didn't feel like completely confident in my abilities. And then when I got here, and the community here is just so welcoming and so lovely and open arms, and let's try. And that's when I really started digging into the writing part of it. And it's seen its full gamut of spectrum. I've even done a goth album. Okay,
a golf album,
a goth, yeah, GOT, yeah.
Wow,
it's on Spotify. Goth, yeah, like rock,
I've
rock
seen
goth.
Pictures of goth Taylin online, and I'm like, whoa. I think that's right. Wow. It was rock and roll.
Another lifetime. Yeah.
Now, so you had a developmental deal. And
I did.
When that happens, you get inundated with songwriters in this town that want a piece of that. And they want to write with you.
Yeah.
And you're right, let's write. We should write.
We should write. It was so beautiful, too, because this was a while ago.
Yeah.
So this was like 1997, 98-ish.
That's a hot time in country music.
Oof, I know. It was amazing. And they don't do those development deals, I don't think, anymore. Maybe. I don't know.
Years ago, I wrote with a guy who had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's encouraging. That's really encouraging.
Yeah. He's in Texas again these days, but...
but he was. That's really
and everybody
encouraging.
Was knocking on his door. It was so funny. I remember one session we were writing, and he was getting a call from a big hit writer. And we're like, well, go write with him. We're nobody. We're just Cincinnati.
Oh, no.
He goes, no, I'm not that guy. He said, besides, that guy who's telling me to come write wouldn't write with me before.
Yeah.
Would never write with me before. Now I got my deal.
Yeah.
So it happens.
It happens.
I understand.
It happens. But it was cool. Like, this was back when, like, Skip Ewing was, like, the hot...
Yeah.
Like, he's amazing. But they were throwing me down, like, fresh off the press, like, songs that he'd written.
Wow.
And then amazing. And then I'd get to demo them, and then they would decide. They'd have a meeting every week and decide whether or not that was going to be
your
a song.
thing.
It was crazy. I loved it. I would get a phone call like every Monday afternoon in Texas, and I'm like sitting on my chair, like, oh my God, is this one? But it was exciting. I learned so much.
Yeah.
So much I learned.
Yeah.
Woo.
So that's the reason you came to Nashville, then, huh?
Well, that's the reason I came back. Well, no, I actually first moved to Nashville. Yeah, because I was flying back and forth, and then a lot of things, life happens, and a lot of things went down, and my Johnny, actually, he's like, you just need to move here. You just need to come on down, come on down. So I did, and then shortly after that, that's when I really started digging in to the writing part of it.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun.
I bet.
That was, woof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have a little input into your artistic career,
So nice.
It is so nice. I think the labels really want artists today to write, encourage the write, because of these 360 deals, and maybe you heard about those. They want a little bit of everything, A
little bit.
And if you're writing, you're going to get publishing. They're going to get publishing.
Yep.
And a
so
little piece
true.
of writing credit. So
true.
Yeah. So
it's good though.
Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All of it's exciting. Life is exciting.
You look very, very happy.
I am happy. What other way is there to be,
Well, I wanted to talk, and there's so much I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
I want to get into the studio and all that stuff, and Alan and you and the wonderful things you guys are doing. But let's talk songwriting. We wrote a song recently. We've been writing, and I know. I enjoy writing with you.
It's super fun.
I always like to get under the hood and talk about how the idea started. And one song and you did this last night and just killed it. And Johnny was playing guitar for you. We were talking here at this dining room table.
Yeah.
I think last time you were in town.
Yeah, April.
And we were talking, I don't remember what the conversation is, but we kind of like offhandedly said, when God closes a door, he opens a window.
Yeah.
And then I think it was me, it might have been you. Somebody said, I guess we need better windows these days. And I remember you going,
that's it.
We gotta write that.
Yeah, we did.
And I knew right away I wanted to write that. What a great idea. So
super cool.
And you're releasing that now. This is October 7th as we're recording this now, because we work way ahead. So tomorrow, which is the 8th, this song will be out there streaming everywhere. And I'm going to play it for you kind of like, here we go. This is better windows, and you did an acoustic version of this.
I did.
At your own studio?
I did
Yeah?
in San Diego with a guy named Isaiah Mitchell. And Wikipedia, that guy, he's incredible.
Yeah.
So I was blessed that
Give us the name again.
Isaiah Mitchell.
Isaiah Mitchell. Okay.
And he's,
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Amazing, humble, beautiful soul. I was honored to be in that studio with him, just like, whoa, as I'm singing it and we're playing it, I'm singing it with him. And whoa, the whole time though, I thought about you. I'm like, Dave is going to love this.
He's
going to love it.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I remember we worked on this song a lot, and we had like a first verse, and we took a break. And this happens sometimes. You're in a writing session, you sometimes you just got to get away from it for a little while. And I remember when we got back on it, I think you were back in San Diego, and we were zooming.
Yeah.
And you pretty much had the whole second verse and bridge.
Yeah.
You had it all mapped up. I think you probably had it all written. It was just fantastic. I'm like, I dig it. That's good. Let's do that. We could do that. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
Me too. It's fun to do live.
Better Windows, our guest, Taylin Rae.
Mama opened up the door, sat down by my bed, and said, "Don't you dare listen to the voices in your head. Tears from a broken heart can't define your past. I promise you that 16 is gonna fly by fast. Draw the curtains, let the sun come in. This ain't an ending, it's where you begin. Sometimes you look out and all you see is red, and your heart tries to tell you you'll never love again. When you're fragile and shattered, you can't see things clear, but the view gets so much brighter as you grow. You look through better windows. I took Mama's words and placed them on my soul. The years went fast, just like she said. Now Mama's going home. I squeezed her frail hand tight as she drifted off to sleep. Through my tears I could hear what she once said to me. Draw the curtains, let the sun come in. This ain't an ending, it's where you begin. Sometimes you look out and all you see is rain, and your heart tries to tell you you'll never love again. When you're fragile and shattered, you can't see things clear, but the view gets so much brighter as you grow, and you look through better windows. We all struggle to find that brighter view. Now I know the better windows are right inside of you. Sometimes you look out and all you see is rain, and your heart tries to tell you you'll never love again. When you're fragile and shattered, you can't see things clear, but the view gets so much brighter as you grow. The view gets so much brighter as you grow, and look through better windows. Look through better windows.
I love the guitar work in that. Man, he is amazing.
He's good.
Give us his name again.
Isaiah Mitchell.
Isaiah Mitchell.
Yeah.
We're going to Google him and look him up.
He's incredible.
Wow.
You'll be surprised. You know, this is going to sound, is it 3? What's the crow band? Is it the
Black Crows?
There's another crow.
Counting Crows.
Black Crows. He's in the Black Crows, I think.
He's in the Black Crows.
Yeah, or was.
Oh.
I think that was it. I think it's the Black. Don't quote me. Look it up.
He's the one that does that tremendous riff and that song about. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Oh, God.
How about that?
He's amazing. And I'm so blessed to be able to just to work with the people like that. Oh.
That is really amazing. And I think, having your own studio is got to help, right?
Oh, it helps.
Tell us about the studio. It's Beach Beats. Is that what it is?
It's called Pacific Beat.
Pacific Beat.
Recording.
Okay.
Pacific Beat.
Beat.
Yeah.
Pacific Beat Recording in San Diego. It's got a cool backstory, doesn't it?
It does. So the studio was built in 1978, I believe.
Okay.
So it was built huge, like where it could hold huge orchestras and things like that. They've scaled it down over the years, and now it's about 1,000 square feet, but there's been amazing, just incredible people that have come through there. And we were really lucky because the person that was ready to kind of give it up put Alan's name in a hat. And they basically just called everyone in that hat and said, are you interested in taking over a studio?
Yeah.
So it was completely bare bones when we walked in. There was nothing in there.
No equipment?
No equipment. It just looked like an empty rooms.
Yeah.
So him and I just kind of built it. We built it for the last 11, almost 12 years.
Wow.
Into kind of what it is now. And we do so much in there. There's people there's bigger stars that will come down from LA to record, and then we've got audiobooks. We have indie artists, we have singer songwriters, we have motivational speakers. We've got, you name it. There's a lot. I
think I know where I'm doing my next record.
Oh gosh, and we have the most incredible, how session players. Well, it took us a good amount of time to find our A group, because San Diego has got so much great music, but it's not crawling with music, like it is here, for instance, in Nashville. So it took us a bit, and we found our A team, all the guys that just work so well together and gel so well together, and it's been a blast.
I'll bet.
Mm-hmm. It has been a blast.
Now you bring students into Nashville from time to time, don't you?
I do. In fact, I have one coming in soon.
Really?
Yes.
And what do you do with them when they come? What's the whole? It's like a little Nashville tour, huh?
Kind of. So what happens is usually they want to do a project. And so they'll record the project and whatever style of music it is at Pacific Beat in San Diego. But a lot of them want to have different people that I know or that they know, if I can get them to do it, overdub things on the project. So this one coming up, Jimmy Mattingly, he's going to be doing fiddle overdubs for a girl that I'm bringing in, and they just love to come to Nashville and be a part of it. And then I produce the vocals while they're there too. We get to do the vocals, and I get to play vocal coach and help with all of the things that make a song sound like a story and
that's so
all.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you get the best lessons in San Diego.
It's super fun.
You bring it, girl.
Oh, thank you. So I have had a couple of those over the last few years that actually come to Nashville to do that. And it's pretty neat.
So you still play out a lot, not only in Germany, but around the San Diego area too?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. So okay, so I'm in a funk cover band.
Okay.
It's not like funk though. It's more I think we're changing our format a little bit. It's a lot of dance music.
Okay.
So yeah.
Put on your boogie shoes.
Put on your boogie shoes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, there's some Earth, Wind, and Fire, but then there's also some stuff that you hear on the radio today. I think the only country song we do is Tennessee Whiskey. That's it. But everything else is very danceable, like Michael Jackson stuff and stuff from the 90s, like that. Everybody dance now. All that stuff, So,
of course.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Really awesome.
It's fun. So they keep me pretty busy when I'm there. And then I do my original stuff there as much as I can. Yeah. There's a lot of good rounds starting. There's some people that have moved from Nashville that are actually starting the writer's round process in San Diego. So it's pretty pretty neat to
That's
see.
cool. I want to know more about that.
Okay.
We have. I want to play a song though because they're getting ready to cut my lawn. We do this.
Second talk. Sorry.
I know, but it always seems to happen when we're recording. No matter how I time it out, they're always ready to go.
Okay.
So let's play another song that you wrote, and get behind it, and then we're going to backtrack and
Okay.
we're going to pick up on where we left off.
Love it.
So how about the do-over song?
Sure.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Okay, so do-overs, might be a longer story, but do-overs is a song that I wrote because I wrote it with Johnny Garcia. I wrote it because I was really trying to figure out whether I wanted to go back into artistry or not. It was a big decision for me, and maybe we can talk about that after the song.
Let's do that, yeah.
Yeah, but I wrote it, a friend encouraged me, another friend, and so I brought the idea to Johnny, and he said, yeah, let's do it. So this was the outcome.
Very good. Taylin Rae is our guest. This is Do-Overs on the podcast, Songwriter Connection.
Life is beaten down like a 12-pound hammer. This pounding in my head doesn't seem to matter. No, it don't matter. Found a letter in my drawer. I wrote way back when. It's begging me to read the words to make me understand. To my future self, if you're reading this right now, get a box of crayons covering the sun, paint the sky blue till the gray is gone. You can draw outside the lines, you can be a mess sometimes. It's okay to start all over, get a little bolder, ain't no limit to life. Do-overs. When you're lying on the canvas and you look up to the lights, gotta shake that hurt off, beat that count, then get on up and take a deep breath. Hold your arms up high. Remember that note you wrote, ain't no rainbow in the midnight sky. To my future self, if you're reading this right now, get a box of crayons, color in the sun, paint the sky blue till the gray is gone. You can draw outside the lines, you can be a mess sometimes. It's okay to start all over, get a little bolder, ain't no limit to life. Do-overs. To my future self, give it one more try. That mountain's gonna move, clouds are gonna break. One more step is all it's gonna take. Get a box of crayons, color in the sun, paint the sky blue till the gray is gone. You can draw outside the lines, you can be a mess sometimes. It's okay to start all over, get a little bolder, ain't no limit to life. Do-overs. Oh no, ain't no limit to life.
So you wrote that with Johnny Garcia, huh?
I did.
Awesome.
I
The Garth guy.
did. The
Yeah.
Garth guy.
That is great. Great song.
Thank
Do-Overs.
you.
We're going to take a little break and we'll be right back with Taylin Rae.
You're listening to the Songwriter Connection with Dave Linehan. Find us on Facebook and YouTube at the Songwriter Connection Podcast. And find Dave at thedaveconnection.com. Now back to the show with your host, Dave Linehan.
I want to thank you for all the great comments that we're getting, not only on YouTube, but on Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to. Appreciate the good comments. And if you're listening on YouTube, although we're not a video podcast, please hit the like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, because that helps a lot.
A lot. Hey, and congratulations to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, come on, Mr. Over 1 million listeners.
Well.
And you won a huge award.
You know what they say about a blind squirrel, right?
Best entertainment podcast, right?
It was the best music podcast.
Music podcast. That is crazy.
The Elite Music Group, I guess.
That is amazing.
I was humbled. I couldn't believe it. It was kind of like when you won your award.
You're like, what?
And they said, would you enter? And I entered. And I thought, well, you're nominated. Well, it's good. I'm nominated. That's great. And then they said, you won. And I'm like, what? Who expected that?
Yeah,
So,
it's well deserved.
But it's validation, and so much of what we do as creatives, you get a little validation for what you do.
Yes.
It means so much.
It does.
It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
So nice.
So this Do-Overs song,
yeah.
Okay? It's interesting that you said you were thinking about getting back to the artist thing. So you were contemplating your own do-over.
Yes, totally.
Is that where the idea came from?
Yes. So, crazily, I'd been teaching for so long, and I had been giving, and in San Diego, you can give songwriting lessons because it's different than here.
I love it.
And it's really beautiful to watch other people and help them to create and teach them like the forms of a song and how to go outside of the box and things like that. It's so inspiring. But I started realizing I have so many songs, and I'm not singing any of them. And I started missing it a whole bunch. And so I was talking to a friend of mine who lives here, actually, and we were talking about I was visiting here, and he said, Tay, he said, I don't know what you're thinking, but I really think you should rethink what you're thinking. And it's never too late. It's never too late to start
really
over.
Isn't.
It's never too late to do what you want to do. We're going to bring him in.
Well, yeah.
We're going to bring him in.
Like I say, no matter what time I do the podcast, whatever day, they show up.
They show up.
Yeah. And they cut grass right into like mid-November here.
Oh my goodness, that's cool.
Year round for you in San Diego, I'm sure.
Yeah, year round. If you have grass, if you're lucky enough to have grass, yeah. So his name is Eric. Eric Halbig. You might.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, you've probably met him before.
Yeah,
he's an amazing writer himself, and I've known Eric for a long, long time. Really good friend. And we kept in touch over all the years I was gone.
Oh, that's great.
And so he's like, it's never too late to start over. It's not too late. And you don't have to justify it. You don't have to say, I'm too this, I'm too that, this is that. He's like, just jump in. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay. So it was the validation that I needed. It was the validation that I needed. Yeah. It changed my world. It really did. I usually announce that when I sing the song if he's in the audience and he's all blushing, It's so sweet. It's so sweet. But yeah, so that's where do-overs came from. Basically saying you can draw outside the lines. You can be a mess. It doesn't matter. It's never too late.
Now, is that a song you're thinking about releasing?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I have a lot of songs just sitting in the back burner waiting for me to make that decision on, I'm going to do the artistry
Have we made
thing.
that decision yet?
Yeah.
If not,
it's done.
We're going to make it right now.
The decision has been made. So starting with Better Windows.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I'm blushing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was fun to write.
I love the way you do that.
Thank you.
Great song.
Thank you.
Really. And now there's this other song I was listening to today from your SoundCloud page.
Yeah.
Called Soul Pieces.
Yeah.
Now this is deep. Tell us about Soul Pieces.
Okay, so this one's of course about an ex, and you want to love that person. It's one of those people like, how you have your first loves and you can't quite ever release that love for your first love, even though you might love somebody else right now.
I know.
Yes.
She came to me in a dream just this past week.
No.
I'm like, what are you doing? She says, we're going to church. I go, no, we're not.
No.
Like, what?
Okay, that just gave me chills
Isn't
on
that
my
weird?
head. No, it's not weird.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It's not weird.
Right.
So I figure like when you're in a relationship, you're giving them pieces of yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't get all those pieces back when we leave the relationship. And that's what keeps us tied to that person.
Wow.
So I call those pieces soul pieces. So it's
clever.
it's like a little energetic kind of like you've still got pieces of me. And until you give those back to me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to love somebody as fully. Not true. I have somebody great, but you know what I mean. It was just those feelings of when you are like, you've still got pieces of me in there, and I want my soul pieces back so I can move on. So it's basically, yeah. Oh, and I got to tell you a funny story about this one.
Yeah.
So I pretend to be a tap dancer, right? And so in the middle, there's this funky little tap solo, and it's me. And they're like, "You are not putting that tap solo in." I'm like, "Yes, I am.
I'm the artist.
I'm putting it in." And so we
Oh, girl, now you got to do a video.
I know. So we actually recorded that in our studio in Pacific Beat. We set the tap, like the mics all up around the tapping board, and it was crazy.
Oh,
It was
wow.
so fun. Yeah.
Now I got to hear it. It's called Soul Pieces.
Yep.
Who'd you write this with?
Again, this is when I was coming out of I'm going back into artistry. I wrote this one with Johnny as well.
Johnny Garcia. Mm-hmm. That guy again.
That guy again. He keeps popping up.
Thanks for picking up. I've got something for you, and I know that you have some things for me too. No, I'm not okay, but Ambien and red wine make it easier to get through with every day. I left 'cause I didn't know what else to do. This will be the last time I call, I promise you. You can keep my headband and my hoodie in your drawer. My sweatpants and pajamas, I don't need them anymore. There's only one thing I need so that I can breathe. Give me back my soul. Soul pieces. Soul pieces. Yeah. This is really hard, knowing that you're hurting. I'm dying to just let down my guard. Believe me when I say I wouldn't ask to have them back if there was any other way. I left 'cause I didn't know what else to do. This will be the last time I call, I promise you. You can keep my headband and my hoodie in your drawer. My sweatpants and pajamas, I don't need them anymore. There's only one thing I need so that I can breathe. Give me back my soul. Soul pieces.
The tap dance. There it is.
There's only one thing I need so that I can breathe. Give me back my soul. Soul pieces. My soul pieces. Yeah. Woo. My soul pieces. Yeah.
left a lot of things behind, but I want my soul pieces back. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Really good song.
Oh, thanks.
Johnny Garcia on the guitar there,
He
right?
is, and the mandolin, and
If he's good enough for Trish and Garth, I guess he's good enough for you, huh?
I guess so. But I will say this, Saul Wilcox, he played that little intro and the outro. So I want to give him some credit too, because he's working on some good stuff right now.
You know, there's so much great instrumentation bringing that song to life, even an accordion.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the thought behind that?
Well,
Because you don't hear that a lot today. You're starting to hear it more, I think.
I think this song was just like, we want to go like, we're doing a square dance.
There you go. It was very country, Americana sounding.
Yeah, so that was kind of the vibe with it, is we wanted to just have fun with it and make it not a sad song, like Give Me Back My Soul Pieces, but like, come on, you know, this is good, just give them back. And so we just decided to make it more fun and have a little more ear candy in it, I think.
Beautiful.
Than typical.
And you recorded that here in Nashville.
I did.
Yeah.
So I took 6 or 8 songs maybe, and I came here. It was in 2020 when all the stuff was going down. Yeah, but I got a little bored, and so I
I started a podcast.
Yeah, right?
Right.
So I recorded some songs at Blackbird Studio.
I love that place.
I love it too. Gosh, what a
John
collection
McBride.
of microphones they have.
Do they really?
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah?
If you ever go there anytime, ask them to show you their collection of microphones, like the ones from like well, I shouldn't say it, but I'll just say this. A long time ago.
Historic
Pieces. Yeah.
microphones.
Historic pieces. Yeah.
That's cool. Historic pieces.
Probably can Wikipedia that one too. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So
Blackbird Studios, by the way, they have a program, and my nephew lived with us in Nashville for a few months and went through the Blackbird program, and they have it split into live shows. And today, he did a lot of live shows, but today he works for the Rock Hall of Fame.
oh my gosh.
And the other program that Blackbird offers teaches studio.
Wow.
You know, how to run a studio.
Wow, that's so good. Because,
So
go ahead.
And if you don't know, Blackbird is owned by John McBride, Martina's husband, and he is just a legend in this industry for sound and everything. And of course, you know Martina. So that was pretty cool that you got to record there. It's a state of the art. It's a cool place.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, it is not wanting for anything. If you want it, they've got it. And if you need it, I mean, seriously, it's beautiful.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a good experience for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Good song.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, I've not known you all that long. Do people call you Tay? Is
They
it Tay?
do.
Is that your nickname, Tay?
Tay-Tay or Tay.
Tay-Tay?
Tay-Tay. Sometimes people say Tay-Tay Rae, but I'm like, that's a little much, but you know. Yeah, Tay-Tay or Tay-Tay.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. It's fun. Having,
Yeah. So, what are your future goals? What are you thinking about these days?
So, my future goals, goodness. It's funny. Someone asked me that last night, too. I'm like, wow, future goal. So, my biggest goal is to finally get rooted back here.
I got you.
In Tennessee. Yeah, that's my biggest
is that happening?
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's happening sooner than later.
You and Alan together?
Yes, Alan and I together. And there's a lot that has to go down, before that happens, and a lot of decisions. And at least we might.
Would you hang on to the studio out there?
I think so.
Think you would?
Yeah. I don't see why we wouldn't.
I'm just, because I need to know that, because when I record my next record,
Of course.
I'm going on vacation to San Diego.
Of
I've never been
course.
there.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've never been to San Diego.
Oh,
now,
just
Patty, my wife, has.
Bring your shorts and your flip-flops and a little hoodie. You're done.
I'm there. What's the hoodie for?
The hoodie's just in case you get a little ocean breeze, and it might get a little chilly, so you might put on your hoodie and zip it up. Yeah.
It gets chilly. Huh?
Yeah, chilly. Chilly.
What's chilly for San Diego? 80?
Actually, so the normal weather there is like 73 to 75 degrees all the time. And then it will get up to 85 sometimes in the hot months.
Is it a dry heat?
It is. Well, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
Because you can go to the desert, the ocean, and the mountains all in one day.
So you can like ski and then come down the mountain and
and go to the desert, ride a little dirt bike, and then ride the dirt bike to the ocean and surf.
So I want to do that all when I just check it all off.
Yep. Check it off. Done and dusted. I'll show you around. We'll have a good time.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That really does.
Yeah.
It does. Well, cool. So you'll get back to Nashville and you want to do the artist thing again? Or?
I'm going to try. I'm not going to I think until my vocal cords will not let me sing anymore, I'm going to just keep singing.
I think I'd do the same thing.
And, we'll see where it heads. And in the meantime, hopefully I can help and mentor other people. I have a few students here in Nashville.
That you do that. I really do. You're giving it back. And that's good.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I'm so blessed to have the people I have in my life, student-wise too, because I feel like it's always a give and take. Like I always learn something from them, and I hope that I'm giving them something that they can take into the future world of music and really think about it, And I hope that I can save them some steps, like mistakes that I've made. That sounds so parental, but I hope that I can save them steps and just so that they don't have to go through all the things. Like they can just skip some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since you brought that up, this is a songwriting podcast. Yeah. So for aspiring singer-songwriters that are trying to make a career out of it, what's the best advice you could give them?
Oh my goodness. So lesson one, write thank you notes.
You know what? I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah, I'm serious. I am so serious. Thank everybody, because first of all, gratitude is so important. And gratitude, if it's sincere gratitude, and I'll tell you what number 2 is in a minute, but if it's sincere gratitude, not because you think you have to or it's the right thing to do, but sincere gratitude comes back to you 100-fold.
Oh, yeah.
And people... it just attracts good things. Just being thankful. Be thankful for your sound person. Be thankful for your co-writers. Be thankful for the person that put the chair on stage for you to sit down on so you can sing into that microphone. Be thankful for the person that built that microphone, because guess what? If they wouldn't have built it, your voice wouldn't be emanating out into the crowd. Be thankful for everything.
I agree with that.
And that to me is the number one thing. And I'm not kidding. I have an artist program, and that day one is gratitude. That's what it is. And giving yourself permission to have gratitude, because a lot of times we just go through life, boom, 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 and we don't think about where things come from and how things are made. And this sounds so silly, but if you look at a stop sign and you think about all the things that went into that stop sign so that we could be safe, someone had to paint it, someone had to design it, some crew had to go make the pole, somebody had to go dig up the land. It's crazy. So everything in life, I just feel like if you're thankful for that, and it just raises your vibration, and you're just going to be happy, and it matters in music. It matters.
I love it, and I'm 100% behind you on that. I believe in that. That's the first prayer every morning.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, me too. Right when you put your feet on the floor. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Even before
That's awesome. I need to do it before I put my feet on the floor. That's a good one.
I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. Everything that you're thankful for. But especially when you're performing and you're out there, thank the sound guy.
Yes.
That sound guy is he's doing his best to make you sound great.
Yep.
And you don't know what they go through
to
get that sound. And it is so important. I played just a week or so back at a place, it was the Knoxville Visitor Center, where they do a thing called the Blue Plate Special. And it's on a radio station there called WDVX.
Fun.
And it's a beautiful little stage. And they have all these Hall of Fame, all the Hall of Fame people that have played there. They get a little plate. And all these plates are all around you.
How cool.
And there was been some great people like Marty Stewart and Rodney Crowell and all these great. I'm like, man, what am I doing here? But
well deserved.
What I couldn't believe was how great the sound was. I think it was probably the best sound I've ever played. The monitors were so crisp and pure and sounded just like it was out front of the house. And I remember thanking those guys.
Gosh.
I said, you guys are the best. The sound guys. They have their own little booth. And I went, thank you.
Doesn't it make a difference, though?
It does.
Good sound. Let's just talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Good sound. Mm-hmm. I mean, it transcends me sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a whole different performer right now. Yeah.
And it's the same in the podcast world. I hear so many podcasts. But that's one of the things I really wanted to invest the money to make it sound well. And I think we have this dining room. This dining room is got great sound. Just the right amount of verb.
Yeah.
And this table. So, okay. So what's
It's
the second
very
thing?
cool. Oh,
gratitude is first. Second?
gratitude. The very second thing I could tell anybody is authenticity. Be your authentic self.
I love it.
Because yes, we're branding ourselves, right? We're branding ourselves, and we have to market ourselves. And there's so much of that goes on right now. But if you don't want to wear makeup one day, don't wear makeup. If you don't want, I mean, not on stage, but I'm talking about when there's do's and don'ts that we could get into, but just don't put on a front. Be who you are, because nowadays it's so fan based and people want to see real. They want to see the real you, not a made up you,
Right.
And of course we have ourselves, like our artist selves, and then our other personalities. They're like two totally different things, right?
Was yours?
It was in the beginning. It's not anymore.
Okay.
Because I learned how to, as you grow, you learn, I think, how to morph that into.
That's true.
Like, I was this shy little girl, and then when I got on stage, I was like, whoa, and then but then it just changes. You just start becoming like, you just start becoming what you really are. I think when you start performing a lot, you just kind of become your authentic self too, in a way.
I hear you. Find out who that self is.
Yes.
You find out more about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think to do that, you got to kind of step out of the box. You got to stretch the envelope a little bit. Find out, oh yeah, that felt good. That's good. That's me. That's who I am. And that's why, the only thing I can identify is this: in my radio career, I've always been my real name.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was always Dave Linehan. It
That's
wasn't,
awesome.
a lot of my friends changed their names, and Linehan wasn't the easiest one to remember, and we made cool fun with that, because when this artist came in, to record the promos, we'd have them mess up my name.
Oh no.
Brooks and Dunn arguing how to pronounce it.
Oh, how
it's Lena
cute.
Foot. No, it's not Linehan. But the whole thing I want to say about this is we preach this on this podcast all the time.
Really?
Be you. If you're going to be an artist and a songwriter, you're constantly discovering who you are.
Constantly.
And you're constantly evolving, and that's okay.
Constantly.
But be you. There's already a Taylor Swift.
Yep.
There's already a Garth
Yep.
Brooks. There's already a Taylin.
That's
a
right.
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay. That's so funny. Wouldn't
So
that be
be
good?
you.
Yeah.
And if you're not sure who that is, that's okay
It's
too.
okay.
You're going to discover yourself. When you get up on that stage, you might be nervous at first, but you're going to learn from it. You're going to grow from it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the third thing. That brings me to the third thing. Dave,
what's
you must
that?
be. Have you taken my class?
No, I'd like to. Though.
So the third thing is I make everybody sign a little agreement saying that they will allow themselves to get out of their comfort zone and allow themselves to stretch and to become something that they're not sure that they could be.
Wow,
And
I love that too.
Yeah. So when you were saying that about comfort zones, that's literally the third thing.
That's the third thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's so much, but those are my three things, and I have to practice them too. Still, this is not my comfort zone. Well, guess what? You got it. You know what? You want it? You go for it. You stretch that part of yourself and get it.
And you're an incredible performer.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you. You can really command the stage.
Oh,
Well,
gosh, I'm blushing
let's play
now.
one more song.
Okay.
It's called "Do You Ever Wonder."
Yeah, this is one of the first songs I ever wrote. By the way,
Is it really? Well, tell us the story.
Well, this is when I had first got to Nashville and I started writing again.
Mm-hmm.
And this song just came out of my head. And I think I've never released it yet, but I think the reason why I wanted to record it was because I think our first songs carry so much of us in them. Like who we were, what we were thinking about at the time we wrote the song, and it's our first little baby that we just cherish. And it's like, I did this. Oh my gosh, I did this. I came out of my comfort zone, became my authentic self, and I'm so grateful that I did, because now here's the birth of this song. So,
all right.
Yeah, the first one I wrote.
Looking for me all of these years. My direction is clear, but I can't find my way.
things I love about podcasting is that you can back it up and listen to it again.
Aww.
And the biggest compliment I think I could ever give a songwriter in a song is, dang, I wish I'd have wrote that one.
Oh my gosh.
Who'd you write that with?
Thank you.
That's so beautiful.
So, once again, Johnny Garcia's name is going to pop up.
We got to get Johnny on this show. Next time you come, he going to play guitar for you.
Oh, that would be great.
So we can do live music around the dining room table.
That would be great.
Yeah, we'll have to set that up.
Yeah, so that was the first song out of the batch of when I decided, okay, I'm going to start writing for myself now. That was the first one out of the gate. Yeah. Our second one wasn't that good.
That is incredible. I can't believe you haven't released it yet, but you're gonna.
I am.
Promise me you will.
I promise, and I promise, and like maybe I'll even make it number 2, like you said. After Better
that
Windows.
would be my suggestion.
After Better Windows.
That blows Better Windows away. I love that song.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. They both have their beauty. Thank
Absolutely.
you. That means
and so do
much
you.
to me.
Everything about you. I love it. You know what?
Thank you.
Thanks for the lessons from Tay-Tay. And all the best to you. And I look forward to writing and playing alongside you.
I hope we get to do a lot more of that.
All the best to you, darling.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this intimate glimpse into the world of songwriting and found inspiration in the stories shared by our talented guests. Remember, the magic of music lies not only in the notes and chords, but in the emotions and experiences woven into every lyric. Until next time, keep listening, keep creating, and keep the melodies alive.